Gravity Falls to Halloween. Ford was in his basement and realized today was the day it was Halloween. He was upset because when he was a little boy, people used to make fun of him and tease him, call him freak because of his 6 fingers. So he wanted to just forget this whole entire day ever existed. So he decided to stay in the basement and try to not remember this day. But sadly, he lived with his brother Stanley and the twins, and they loved Halloween. They were fiends, actually, for Halloween. The twins loved trick-or-treating, getting candy, and Stan loved scaring the kids. But it was very difficult when he tried to forget, because he can hear everyone getting ready for Halloween upstairs. Upstairs. Dipper and Mabel are getting ready. They're excited and ecstatic for Halloween.
Yo, bro, what we gonna do for Halloween this year?
I don't know, Mabel. I'm thinking you go as a lion and I'll go as a hunter. Bam.
It doesn't seem cute enough.
How about I go as a cookie and you go as milk? That's awesome. Let's do that. So while Dipper and Mabel were running upstairs, gonna get ready for their Halloween day, and they were getting their costume all ready, Wendy and Zeus decided to both take the kids out for Halloween. So, while they were upstairs getting their costumes ready, Wendy was going to be a spider. Not just any spider, a black widow. And Zeus, he was going to be Groot for Halloween. Dutch, I totally decided to be Groot. And get this, I got my own look-alike mask. See? I am Groot. Ha! Isn't that cool? Yes, it's cool, Zeus, but remember, we're supposed to be watching the kids, so try not to get distracted. Wendy knew Zeus is a man-child, and he would get very distracted with the Halloween candy. So, it was nighttime, and it was time for everyone to leave. And Stan, he was being his normal self. He had a plan, he had the pranks already, he had the eggs and toilet paper, everything was just perfect and ready. He told everyone to come back around midnight and not to be a moment late, and to bring lots of candy. Remember, kids, candy is more important. Almost as important as money. But nothing's more important than money. So don't come back home a failure. Got it? They all said yes. Yes, Uncle Stan. Yes, Mr. Ponch. You got it, Mr. Ponch. And they all left. Now, while Stan was in the house, he was waiting and thinking, maybe this year he doesn't scare any kids. He could rob the kids of their candy, but he doesn't want to go to jail again. So he didn't know what to do. He was too lazy, too tired to prank them this year, but yet he brought all this pranking stuff. So he decided he'll prank the kids one last time. It'll be his last best prank ever. It'll be his last hoopla, because, well, it'll be his last time ever pranking any kid. He'll be retiring for once. So he's getting all his pranking utensils and all his items ready to be pranking all the children with. And while that was happening, the kids were having fun as well. Candy and Grenda were there, and they were all ready to go out and just get as much candy as they could. We could try this house next, Grenda said, all excited.
I don't know. I think I would like to try that one. That house seems like it has a lot more candy.
The house did look like it had a lot more candy, but something was off. Dipper really didn't like that feeling. He told them that maybe they shouldn't go in that house. Zeus reassured them. George, it's just a house. It's supposed to look creepy. It's Halloween. They all nodded and they decided to go check on that house. They knocked one time. No one answered. They knocked again. No one answered again. Maybe no one's home. Let's just go, George. Dipper still felt uneased. He was feeling weird. Nauseous even. The house just wasn't feeling right. He decided to go and knock one more time. But then the strangest thing happened. No one came to the door. But there was a knock back. Dipper was getting really creeped out. He decided to try something. He scratched the door. And, in response, the door scratched back.
Dipper was really creeped out and scared. He decided to just leave. He looked back one more time, and he could have sworn he saw a woman standing in the window, just staring at him, like in those creepy movies. He kept walking faster, and Mabel looked at him and said, "Where were you?" He said, "I was at that house. I wanted to make sure that, there was people there, and they weren't holding back on their candy." Mabel shook her head and nodded. "Did you get any?" "No," he said. Sadly, no one came to the door. He lied and didn't tell his sister what he saw and heard. He wasn't sure, so he didn't want to worry her. So they went back and they both decided to just keep on going. They decided to trick-or-treat some other place. They went down the streets, up the block. Then Robbie came. He ate a lollipop whole and got to go home sick. Wendy laughed a little bit. Zeus was having so much fun. He actually disappeared 5 minutes and came back 5 minutes later with a box load of candy. Everyone loved his Groot outfit. The twins, they got so much candy. So much. Because of their cute little costume idea. They decided to go home. And they realized Stan was still home. But they noticed something. There were kids laying on the ground. Oh my gosh, what did Stan do? Mr. Punch didn't murder them, did they? They all ran to the house and looked at all the kids, checked their pulses, and they were fine. When they opened the door, they saw a laughing Grunkle Stan laying on the ground. "What did you do to them?" Mabel whispered and asked in shock. Stan replied, "Oh, nothing, kids. Nothing illegal. They just had a little surprise," he said. They all shook their heads, knowing their great uncle always pulled pranks, but it never went this far. They were in shock, but they decided to leave it alone. They were tired, and they were so happy to eat all their candy tomorrow morning. Zeus and Wendy went home for the night and said goodnight to the twins, and the twins went upstairs with their buttload of candy. Uncle Stan decided to take a little for himself and took some of the kids that were still passed out on the lawn their candy. Ford was still in his basement downstairs. Once it hit midnight, he went right upstairs, happy that Halloween was over. But then he saw Dipper looking out the window. He asked Dipper, "Are you okay?" And he looked back at him, saying, "Grunkle Ford, I think I saw something. I know ghosts are real, but this was different. It was real creepy." Ford was curious and said, "What did you see?" He said, "A woman, long hair, a white robe, standing out the window just staring at me. We knocked on the door and she didn't come to it at all. In fact, when I knocked, it knocked back. When I scratched it, it scratched back. And now I'm having this weird feeling that she's here, right now, as we're speaking, out this window, in the woods, just staring at us." He was shocked at Dipper's reply. Then Dipper screamed. He thought he saw her again. Ford jumped back and grabbed his flashlight. He went outside to look around, but he saw nothing. He didn't understand what was going on. "Are you sure you saw a woman?" He nodded. "I don't know what this means, Dipper, but you can't tell the family, not yet. Not until I can figure out what's going on." He was so scared and frightened. He said, "Okay." And when Ford went downstairs, before Dipper could go upstairs, the woman was there again. But she was in the house. He was backing up slowly, scared, terrified, didn't know what was going to happen next. And then she stared at him and just looked at him. Her eyes were black. Her skin was white as snow. She smelled like death. He was scared. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have the journals. Ford was downstairs. He wanted to scream, but nothing would come out. She went closer to him and closer and said, "Don't tell anyone I was here, boy, or you'll go bye-bye." She then disappeared. In a blink of an eye, she was gone. Dipper was so scared. What did he just see? What was it? Should he not tell them? Especially Ford, or should he ignore it? He was terrified and he ran upstairs. He went under his covers, trying to pretend to sleep, not waking Mabel. What did I just see? What did I just see? Thank you so much for staying tuned for this short little creepy story. If you want more like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and that notification button to get, notifications. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.